we are still not fully aware what was going on before we learned Deshaun Watson needs 40 masseuses, allegedly. Okay? We have no idea what was going on between quarterback and that franchise and the reason why he had already told them he's never coming back. And then what's happened since then. But all signs indicate, we will see, that a settlement might be approaching. Why would I say that? I hear a lot at the draft. When I go, I miss going to the draft. The chatter you hear, oh my gosh.
I'm so jealous.
The talk you hear from people. The chitter you hear. It's insane. I mean, I hear a lot just sitting from this chair, but it's deafening when you go to a major event like that. And all you hear again, I don't know if it's going to happen. It may never happen. A settlement is potentially nigh between Deshaun Watson and whomever. And then we'll see. That could be placed in the hands of the commissioner. We'll see what happens if Deshaun gets suspended for whatever his behavior has been found to be. Now, obviously, if it's criminal, that's a whole different ball of wax. But if we're talking civil and what have you. You heard Daniel Jeremiah last hour. The Eagles have 3 first-round picks next year. Their own, the one they got from Miami to trade down from 6 to 12. And they still moved up from 12 to 6. From 12 to 10, and that's where they got Devontae Smith, who they couldn't get at 6. And here's again, Philadelphia fans, you were like, what the hell? You're moving out of 6. We can't get Chase or Pitts. You wouldn't have gotten either one of them. You'd have been sitting there at 6, like the Dolphins. Do you want to get a protector for your new guy, for your Alabama quarterback, or do you want to go get Jalen Waddle for your Alabama quarterback? Instead, they moved down. They got a first-rounder for next year. They wound up moving up, and they got the kid that they could have gotten at 6. But they got a first-rounder in their back pocket.
Yeah, great move.
Right.
Great move.
Exactly. That was all born out of them sitting their Alabama quarterback in game 256, fourth quarter. Right? That's. I think we just mapped it all out. Yeah. So you've got your own, you've got Miami's, and the third one is the first-round pick that everybody believes Carson Wentz's play will push into the first round based on the parameters of the deal that they made with the Colts. That's 3 first-rounders. So there's the Eagles saying, hey, if Deshaun Watson is a viable quarterback in the NFL in the eyes of the commissioner, in the eyes of fans, and the eyes of the law, here we are. Out of conference. You want to send him here? Miami Dolphins. Well, I know we're saying, hey, they're all in on Tua. Really? Okay. We'll see.
For now.
Right. They gave up a 1 to go from 12 to 6, but they still have their own next year, and a 3 from San Francisco, and their own 2, and also a 1 from San Francisco in 2023. Hey, we're right here. We're hearing word that Deshaun wants to come here because he's got a no trade clause anyway. And how do we know that this is right in the ether now? Because a team that has denied the writing on the wall, that has been written in huge, but forget about on the wall. It's been skywritten. Like, it's been skywritten. It's been all the way at the top of the NFL sky, right? It's been sitting up there, skywritten. Deshaun Watson is gone. It's been skywritten since the middle of January. They hire a new coach. They hired the general manager that created the skywriting, and then the new coach can't erase the skywriting, and then it's all over the place. And then we learn again. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know of a single major professional athlete that allows somebody to work on his body and work on his deep tissue more than 1 or 2 human beings. 40. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's crazy.
All right. That then comes into all of play here. But the Houston Texans send David Culley out to meet the media and go on my colleague's podcast, the Huddle and Flow podcast, Steve Weich and Jim Trotter, and just absolutely say nonsensical things that only destroys his credibility in the media, and Cesario saying things that destroy his credibility in the media. As if he might not even care. I don't know. I don't know him. But all I know is they are just denying the obvious until they make their first draft choice in 2021 and draft Davis Mills out of Stanford. Like with all the holes. They don't have a first, they don't have a second because of the coach that they bounced. Giving it all away. They don't have anybody to fill any of these monster holes for this team. Left also by, J.J. Watt's gone, by the way. So what hole do they fill? The one that we all have seen is so glaring at quarterback. That's what they do in the draft, which is why on the air, I'm like, what the hell is up with that? Like, what is up with that? What is up with that? And I know I got tweets from people who are in our business saying, Rich, why are you so surprised? He's got 20 lawsuits against him, and he says he doesn't want to be back because the Texans have denied that reality exists for weeks and months. And so then they go ahead and get this quarterback. So he's gone. They're admitting it. Tyrod Taylor and this kid. Those are your quarterbacks going into 2021 for the Houston Texans. And I don't know. You could sit here and say that's the backup in case he gets suspended or whatever. He's not going to get suspended for the year, again, unless this is criminal. A lot of moving parts, yeah. But what, is he going to sit out for the whole year? So they have realized he's gone. And so where? When? When and how? How does his situation, as we refer to it in the media, get cleared up satisfactorily enough where he's still a viable quarterback, a viable, citizen, allowed to walk the streets, depending on what this is all about? And then how does that get rectified enough where a team will give up the assets that Houston can acquire, that I just identified two teams have amassed in case this all happens to happen? And I'll tell you what, Howie Roseman and Chris Greer in Philadelphia and Miami, respectively, had to be sitting there on Friday night when Davis Mills gets called going, okay.
Yeah. Oh, you don't say.
Let's make a note of that here in this place.
Like Alonzo Mourning.
Okay,
Jeff.
so you're moving in the same direction that we've all been living in with the rest of the NFL. Like you're actually admitting it. That's why that night on the draft, I'm like, what is up with that? And I actually said it 4 times over to put the difference accent on the different syllable. What is up with that? What is up with that? It's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming. Because if you have all those holes and you have all those problems, and 2021 is just going to be a very difficult season. Certainly with Trevor Lawrence now residing in the division. Carson Wentz is coming in that division. It could be a very long 2021. You could earn that first overall pick next year in Houston as well. You could. Do you want to do that to Davis Mills? Somebody you draft who you clearly like a lot?
I mean, they're looking at 2-15 next year. Let's just be honest.
And if you think that Tua comes back, that you don't think that they'll still take Davis Mills over Tua because they like the guy, he's their guy. This kid has been drafted for a reason. 3rd-round picks, we all know. How's your 4th-round pick doing in Dallas? Is that working out for you? Yeah.
Say
right?
so.
How's the 3rd-round pick doing in Seattle? I mean, I know they're nothing right now. They're like an afterthought when we're all focused on the 1st round. When that happened, I'm like, what is up with that? Something's coming. It's coming. When I heard that on Friday night, I'm like, because if the Texans have, and Cesario said, he said that it's just trying to compete at all positions. Compete with who? Deshaun? Of course not.
That's right. That was
who are we competing with?
Terrible pick.
Watson? The guy you gave 9 figures to? Who's one of the best quarterbacks in the league when he's not putting the towel on?
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's crazy. The whole thing's nuts. And I love the kid.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I've been saying about him for years?
Yep.
So I hope he didn't do anything criminal. I hope this gets cleared up. I hope it gets to a new spot. And I hope Davis Mills shines because they clearly love him. But something's coming. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.